Hi everybody, Forerata Live here with another deck opening, reveal and discovery stream. This time we're going to be looking at an Age of Ascension deck. I'll be opening it live on stream here. Let's see what we've got. So, first up, let's have a look at these houses. It's a Mars Logos Shadows deck, Sincerely Acrobatic Valla, and a bit of a kind of turtle kind of Archon symbol there. So this could be quite tasty. Let's see what this is. Age of Ascension, I've not had the best pulls ever, not had some great decks. Let's see what this one's going to have in it. Okay, so we're into the deck, and let's just flick these cards over one at a time. Binate Rupture. Alpha, each player gains amber equal to the amber in their pool. Igor. Helper Bot, nice. Lab Work. Another Lab Work. Library of Babel. Titan Mechanic. Wild Wormhole. ZYX Researcher. Research Smoko. Sloppy Lab Work. Replicator, nice card this one. It's a creature. Reap, trigger the reap effect of another creature in play as if you controlled that creature. And then onto the Mars. Glixil Proliferator. Another Glixil Proliferator. Mars, each damaged enemy non-Mars creature captures one from their own side. Vezima Think Drone. Reap, you can archive a friendly creature artifact from play. That's a nice card. Xanthix Harvester. Cannot be used while it has a non-Mars neighbour. Reap, gain one. So, if you surround it with Mars cards, that's pretty handy too, because you get the kind of double Reap effect, Reap, and then you get an extra gain one. Ixilk's Dominator. Another one, couple of bits of taunt there. Enter play stunned, but that taunt's going to be handy, keeping things protected. Oh, and another one, Triple Dominator. Containment Field. After this creature is used, destroy it. So that's a nice upgrade to put on your opponent. Destroy them all. Destroy an artifact, a creature, and an upgrade. Hypno Beam. Great action, this one. Gain control of an enemy creature. Love that card. Another way to kind of control someone's creature, a bit like Collar of Subordination, something like that. So pretty pleased to see that in there. Key Abduction. Return each Mars creature to its owner's hand. Then you may forge a key at +9 current cost, reduced by 1 for each card in your hand. That is quite tasty. We'll go back through and check out how many creatures we've got, how many Mars creatures we've got, but that could be good. Right, now onto the shadows. What have we got? Dust Chronicles. Furtive Investors. Gamgee. Knuckles Bolton. Lamindra, that gives a good bit of elusive into the deck. Miasma, great, skip their key step. Aroni. Swindle, Alpha, Omega, play, steal 3. So opinions divided on this. I've actually won a really key competitive game playing a Swindle. Only card you play the turn, you play it, you steal 3. My opponent had no response, actually allowed me to forge my third key and got them off check. So I've got good memories of Swindle, so happy to see it in the deck. Sometimes it will come out for you, sometimes it won't. Hideaway Hole. Merkins, really great card. It's a better card the better the deck you're playing against. The better cards your opponent has, the better this is going to be. So this is pretty tasty. Guard Disguise. That's an artifact not often seen. That's a pretty interesting one. That's a rare action. Sacrifice Guard Disguise. If your opponent has 3 or fewer, steal 3. Scowly Caper. That's another interesting card that kind of works its way along. So there we are, that is the deck, Sincerely Acrobat Valla. Let's have a quick look through and count up those creatures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 creatures. So that's pretty high. That's a pretty high creature count. And let's go through how many actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 actions, so pretty high on the creature count compared to the average, slightly lower perhaps on the actions, 3 artifacts and the containment field as an upgrade. So I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing in this deck. I'm thinking it could be pretty good. So final check, let's go through, just count up the amber pips on the cards. Not many amber pips on the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So 10 amber pips on the cards. That's pretty low. But I've got a huge amount of creatures in there, so I kind of guessed that would be the case. So overall, what are my thoughts? Pretty happy with Mars. I mean, that key abduction obviously going to be pretty handy when you pair it up with just the number of creatures. So I've got 7 Mars creatures, triple Dominator, Xanthix Harvester, Think Drone, and a couple of proliferators. That's pretty handy if I get 3 or 4 of those out on the deck in play, and then pick up the key abduction on the next turn. I'll be able to bring those back into my hand and pretty much forge at current cost. So that could be a pretty nice way to pull that off. As I said, Hypno Beam, love that card. Destroy them all, handy. Mars needs amber, bit of amber control in there. So overall, I'm pretty much thinking that's a pretty good Mars suite to have. Pretty happy with that. Looking at the Logos, well, I'm always happy to see a helper bot in there. That's a great card. Plenty of archiving ability there. You know, a couple of lab work, sloppy lab work. Got a wild wormhole. Igor to get through the deck. Binate Rupture, always a bit high risk, no interdimensional graft in here, unfortunately. But with that helper bot, maybe I can play into a Miasma or play into some big steel. Library of Babel Replicator is a nice creature. Research Smoker, another little bit of archive. ZOX Research, another bit of archive. Tied to Mechanic for some key cost control. So yeah, happy with the Logos as well. Like I say, helper bot is always a card I love to see. And Shadows, so some really interesting card in Shadows. Miasma, perfect, you always want to be seeing that. Got some interesting creatures, Gamgee, so that gives me some steel potential. Knuckles Bolton, elusive and skirmish. Lamindra, bit more elusive to protect some of the stuff out in play. Ronnie, so some immediate steel there. Like I said, Merkins can be so strong against some tricky decks, so some really interesting creatures, and Scowly Caper that can just be so disruptive, working its way along your opponent's battle line. But then it's probably some of the actions and artifacts in here that make this a bit more spicy than a normal deck. So what have we got? I mean, we've got Dust Chronicles, we've got Furtive Investors, we've got Swindle, Hideaway Hole, and Guard Disguise. Now all of those are potentially a bit situational, but if you can pull them off, each of them on their own can give you some pretty powerful effects that can start to swing things in your favour. So like I said at the start of the video, I've not had the best pulls with AoA decks, but I'm pretty happy with the way this one is looking. So there we go, that is Sincerely Acrobatic Valla, an Age of Ascension deck, Mars, Logos, Shadows. Really happy with this deck. I'm loving the cards that I'm seeing here. Looking forward to trying this out online and in real life, seeing how it plays in reality, seeing what works, what doesn't. So that'll be interesting. If you've enjoyed this video, do please hit the like button. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Got loads of Keyforge content already on here and coming on here all the time. You can also follow me on Twitch for Errata Live. If you want to see me playing with some of these decks, there'll be some gameplay on there live and also going onto the channel afterwards. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video.